Update!
And it's been another week. I'm just going to try and do this really quickly today because this is one of those weekends where there's a lot of things going on outside of my little office walls, so I don't get a lot of time to sit here and work towards finishing the show. And I want to spend as much time as I can on that because Craig and China were just here, watched the whole episode. Emmy just watched the whole episode, the rough cut of the episode. Getting a lot of good responses. I just want to finish it. I want you guys to see it. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Not when you're going to see episode 8, because I stopped giving estimates a long time ago. That's the benefit of doing this in like the spare time thing, is that there are no deadlines other than just the constant pull from inside my chest saying, they're waiting, you know, that. But that's inside of me. This morning I saw a tweet from Stephen King on Twitter, and he said, my new book comes out in 10 days and I have the usual excitement accompanied by stage fright. That never seems to change. And I got to thinking about how, for novelists especially, it's rough not getting to hear people react to the thing that you've created in any kind of real time at all. Like, once you're like counting down to the day it's released, and then finally it's released, and then you gotta wait for people to read it. Like, so like it's released, that person has it in their hands. I gotta wait while they get through this huge novel, in Stephen King's case especially. I mean, and you can like kind of watch them read it, but that's not the same visceral experience. You don't know where they are in the book, anything like that. And it got me thinking about the point of making these things is for them to be experienced by other people. That's the whole point. You want to make this thing and have people experience it. And if you can experience them experiencing it, it's the greatest. It made me think about the YouTube's comment system as well, in that that's pretty close to how a novelist is. Well, I mean, and I'm not a novelist, so this is all conjecture, but we all hover over comments because we want to know what people think of the thing that we're doing. For me, the updates are more about conversation. For me, the episode parts, I am on those comments constantly. I'm like, anytime an episode part gets a new comment, even now, I'm just like, oh, check it out. What's, you know, because we want to know how people are reacting to experiencing those things that we made. And this is a case where, like, we see people usually comment after they've fully experienced it, they leave something, their opinion or whatever. And that's exactly how a novelist has to deal with it. Mostly they hear reactions after someone has consumed the entire thing. And that's part of why I you know, movie theaters should never go anywhere. For someone who makes visual entertainment, that is the way that they can experience someone experiencing their thing. Like, even with Pops and hovering over comments and everything, still the best times I've had with the show is sitting watching an audience react to something. I think about the Catalyst Rant screening from a couple of years ago a lot. And the biggest laugh I think that we got was in episode 4.
Did you go back to Taco Bell?
People like really laugh at that. And that was such a great experience in there, hearing that joke like connect, and he's like, Taco Bell yesterday. It was in the past. And that experience in that theater, the energy created by that moment that we created so long ago was exceptional. And so, like, the hierarchy, of course, is the people who get the most immediate reaction are live performing musicians and stand-up comics. They're most vulnerable to their audience because it's right there in front of them, you know, and people who do, like, speeches, commencement speeches, regular speeches, debates. All those people have the power to feel the effect on the audience immediately. And that's like, people get addicted to that. And I can see why. Because even just something like as in a controlled environment where I thought something would connect, it connected when we made it, and then months and months, a year or two after, like hearing that connect with an audience was great. So if it's happening immediately, you can't even, I mean, that's why actors want to be rock stars. They feel that experience of connecting with an audience long afterward, except for people who are in plays. They feel that right in the room again. They're like, oh man, that's great. I wish it would happen immediately. And so they want to be rock stars. They want to do live theater and kind of like feel the ebb and flow of the audience as it's happening. I was just thinking about this stuff and thought it was interesting that Stephen King, after a gajillion books, is still, you know, has stage fright coming up to the release, which makes perfect sense. It's something that you put a lot of yourself into. It's something that you spent a lot of time in, and you're putting it out there for the judgment of, and he knows that anything he puts out is going to have a lot of eyes on it, you know? He's confident in that. So good luck, Stephen King. In 10 days I have a book to buy. I hope you guys are having a good week. I need to get back to work. So thanks for stopping by. That's the Pops logo. Hope you guys have a good time. I'm going to keep working on episode 8. Hopefully we'll have it to you shortly. Bye.